Hey, we're here. This is us. We're doing stuff. We're live, with hopefully sound. Got it right first try. We're there. Sup, I'm Aaron. This is Lydia. We are both players on the Paper Dungeon. Sometimes we DM stuff.
We're
This is
matching.
Table Scraps. Oh my god, we are. But we're like yin and yang, because the hats are different colors. Could you
That's how
imagine
it'd be.
if your hat had had a Paper Dungeon logo in black?
That would be sick. I just have a ghost.
That is still pretty sick. I'll give you that. Sup? Yeah, this is Table Scraps. If you're wondering for the weird start time, Lydia got on to the Zoom chat with me and was like, I was like, hey, when do you think we should start? And she was like, I don't know. We could start at 45, but honestly, there's nothing we could go pretty much any time. And I was like, let's go at 38.
It's like, yeah.
And I have a new niece, so I had to watch her for random amounts of time. It was 10 minutes at the start of 1 o'clock and then 10 minutes at the end of 1 o'clock. And so I couldn't stream because my sister had left and then my mom got back and then my mom left and my sister got back. And so I had to, 1 o'clock was out of the question. And so, yeah, so we started at 2:38. So,
Hi.
look, okay, just because you are the Wizard of the Coast doesn't mean that time operates under your standards. As for what exactly we're going to talk about today, who knows? Probably going to talk about a bit about the one shot. See if we can come up with some more stuff. Oh shoot, you're not the Wizard of the Coast? Oh my god. Well, you've been promoted.
Maz isn't here. You got the title.
Yep. You are the understudy for Wizard of the Coast, guaranteed. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows what we're gonna talk about today? If you're here last week,
I don't want that.
we could go anywhere. I don't even know. But yeah, I mean, let's just start off the one shot last week. Last week we did this past Monday, DJ was not feeling well, and so an hour before the stream started, he was like, "Guys, I'm not going to be able to DM. Aaron, could you DM for me?" And I was like, "Yes, but yeah, I can."
The amount of chaos in that hour of us right before the stream.
God. I was so prepared.
You were ready.
I was so prepared.
You were locked and loaded.
4 months ago.
The rest of us
4 months
flailing.
ago. I was like, there will come a day when I've ran out of backup homebrew stories. And on that day, I will have this book that just has 15 one-shots in it. And we're just going to rock and roll.
Speaking of books, I bought 2 yesterday
Ooh.
from D&D Beyond.
Ooh.
But they're just the digital, not the actual physical books.
But they're still books.
But they're still books. Which one did I get? I got Tasha's and I got Volo's, I think is the other one I got.
That's a good one. Both of those are stellar choices.
Yeah, I wanted the D&D Beyond character creation access. And they're doing a sale right now, so I grabbed it.
Ooh. So, hey, shout out to D&D Beyond. The sales are sick.
Sales are really cool.
But yeah, so we played a one shot out of the Candlekeep Mysteries book, which I highly advocate. It's really cool. It's really awesome. It has 16 one shots. Each of them revolve around the characters find a book or have to find a book. It's something is book related.
That's epic.
It was hilarious because when I was looking at it, I was like, so Candlekeep in the normal D&D lore is just a big library on the Sword Coast. And I was like, we've got a big library in our world. We've got a big library. And then there's a lot of this library has people that go out and find books and bring them back and a secret society. I mean, the Harpers are always in Sword Coast stuff. Harpers are good aligned assassins, and spies and stuff like that. And I was like, Well, our library has a secret society of people that go around and like prevent corrupt politicians and like world-ending catastrophes and stuff. And so it just aligned hilariously well. And I was like, well, shoot. So I got it. And I was given some very good advice by the store owner, who was a good friend of mine, because it was between that and the Critical Role book. And I was like, if I buy the Critical Role book, I doubt that I'll use 90% of it, but it has a bunch of like character creation stuff in it that could come in really handy, like spells and things like that are really cool. But this Candlekeep book, I don't know if I'll ever use in its entirety, but it has a lot of cool like story stuff that I could incorporate and inspiration wise, and I think that it's really cool. And he was like, Aaron, Dungeons and Dragons is about having fun with things that you think are really awesome. So if you don't think that a book is cool, you shouldn't buy it. But if you do think that a book is cool, you should. And I was like, that's a very good point. I'm going to get the Candlekeep Mysteries book. And it came in handy. It was the right choice. Thanks, thanks Andrew. Thanks, my guy. Yeah, it was a fun one shot.
It was a blast.
It was a great time.
Freaking hilarious.
Do you have favorite moments?
I have so many. I just went through the episode and grabbed all the clips for TikTok. I got like 10 in total, I think, from it. But there's like one moment. I don't think it'll end up in any of the clips, but I think it sums up like our team so well in that one shot. And it was there's one point where Cricket has us all get down on one knee and like listen to him and like things like that. And Grant misheard information and corrected himself, and then we were like, all right, let's
go.
And then Ender's like, yeah, that's
literally what I just said.
I stand up. And so what happens is it's like Drew's like, all right, I stand up. And then Cricket goes, all right, let's stand up. Like after he's already stood up. And then Felicity, my character, just goes, damn he plain.
Damn he plain. Oh god, your character is
summary in my head.
I just remembered another one of my favorite moments was just Mr. Quill just being the worst person. And you guys literally go, are we sure we want to help this guy? Where he's like, you guys are just so dumb. Like, oh my god, you're just so stupid.
And my favorite was in that moment, it was like, he was like, no offense. And Felicity's like, none taken.
And it's like, how would we not take offense to that?
Like, how would we not take offense to that? And he's like, well, I kind of thought that you'd be dumb enough that you wouldn't make the connection. Things like that. And Felicity just goes, I didn't make the connection. It's like...
It was a good time. It's really nice to have just a, like, normal... Like not a normal D&D game. Like just a zany one.
Yeah.
Every once in a while.
Yeah.
Because, whew.
Well, and I was, I actually got to talk with Grant a little bit earlier today, and I was telling him, that, like, I was so proud of Felicity, because I actually got, like, you cracking up several times. And it's like, that's my biggest accomplishment, is to get you to laugh. And I would just look and see you chuckling at Felicity's stupidity.
I think that, first of all, I always think that you are funny. I think honestly, everyone in the group, bork, bork, bork. Ooh, hold on. Don't we ever think that? We do. I think everyone in the Paper Dungeon has, like, specific moments and things that they do that, like, really get me. Yeah. So I was overjoyed with you and Grant. No. It was Grant and Drew. When you were like, could be in a second demiplane. They just keep going, and then through the lag, perfectly in sync.
It's so unfortunate though, because since it's Drew streaming it, it didn't go in sync.
Oh my god.
But it was in sync for you and me. It was
so good. It was so good.
There was this part in the one shot where we're trying to figure out where this guy is hidden, and we just can't put it together. So Aaron throws us a bone and is like, "All right, well, let make a general intelligence or wisdom check." And it was like, Felicity, I know this is your strong suit and things like that. Felicity has a -1 intelligence and a 0 wisdom, so she wasn't gonna get it. She rolled the highest.
Yeah, killed it.
So she got the information, and so we're talking, and Drew and Grant did it perfectly, where they start talking and brainstorming things like that, and then I just have Felicity be like, "Well, if we're on a demi-plane, couldn't they just put him in another demi-plane?" And Drew and Grant are talking over me, and then as soon as I say that, they both like stop and go, "What was that, Felicity?" Like, in sync. It was so good. It's one of the clips. It will be there.
I'm so sad. Dang, lad.
I know.
Lag. Not lad.
I know. I'm really, but we got to experience.
We did. It was great for us.
That it was.
Oh man. So lag concerns me because maybe it'll be different because if it's two other people that aren't streaming are the ones that are lagging. So Grant, God dang it, Grant hit me with just the worst possible thing that he could do, which he was like, "Hey, Track, you want to write a sea shanty?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, I do, but like, how we can't perform that it's for the internet. I'm gonna be like a major behind. We can't. What do you expect us to do here?" And he's like, "No. Since it's a sea shanty, it'll be fine if it lags a little." I'm like, I don't entirely think you understand how differing in time it is for the lag. Like, I'm not sure if you fully like. It's fine on one person, but like two is that's gonna be rough. And so that's just gonna be a thing that we have to do.
I'm so excited.
I think that we should just record it separately, and then Drew can just play it, and we'll be good, and that'll be great.
You can like lip sync to it, then yeah.
I think that's probably the ideal.
That's probably the way to go. Yeah.
Yeah, the ideal thing. Except then our mouths are going to be so desynced to the actual song.
Delay.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for that though. Oh, and I put it in our Snapchat group. We only have 2 episodes left in the year.
Oh, and shoot, that means one of them's a Christmas episode, right?
No. This is like Paper Dungeon episodes. Because we only have 2 episodes left. Then we have the Christmas one shot, and then we have something else.
Don't we have like a filing cabinet or something like that?
I think it's a filing cabinet. Let me look at our calendar.
We have no idea what we do here. Time is a finite circle that is indescribable and frankly unobtainable.
Monday and the 13th is the last episode of the year. Then we have our Christmas one shot. Then on the 27th we are going to be re-streaming our very first episode.
Oh.
And then on the 3rd, we're doing a filing cabinet.
Ooh. Wow, that first episode's gonna suck.
Dude, I'm gonna cringe
I kinda
so
hate it.
much. I already know an exact moment I'm gonna cringe at, and it's when we were first describing our characters, because I was not prepared at all. Because I was like, we have character art, so we don't really need to go into full depth with our descriptions. Everybody has these beautiful descriptions of their characters, and I'm like, she has black hair and green eyes, kind of pale.
What is the color of my true love's here? It's a good song. Yeah, no. Oh man, I've watched, thanks to my Spotify Wrapped, I have apparently listened through a whole 4 episodes on Spotify. It's because most of the time I just look them up on YouTube. So don't make it out to be like, oh, Aaron doesn't even care about the paper dungeon, because I do.
I need the visual.
Well, it's easier for me to find, because most of the time, like, I was in the episode. I just need to find a specific moment in the episode where, like, I say how tall Tarak is. Like, that was a big
Right.
one of them.
Yeah.
And so it's easier on YouTube because I can, like, find, like, who's talking by whose mouth is open as I scroll through.
Yeah.
And I have a general idea of what time it, like, happened.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I don't use Spotify. But I according to Spotify, I've listened to, like, 35 minutes through a total of 4 episodes. Which means that through 4 different episodes, I must have been looking for something. Yeah, no. Through listening through the first several.
Yeah. It's rough, but it's kind of sweet.
Oh, I mean, yeah. It's like looking at like a elementary school like video that your mom took of you, and
Yeah.
you're like, "This is horrible." But like, you know, I was cute,
Memories.
but like I
Yeah.
hate it.
Yeah.
For me, since I don't even like kids, it's mainly just I hate it.
No, and I've been like, I've had to go back and I listened to the group one shot, and I had to go back to my one shot because I was looking for something, but I've been avoiding watching the first episode because I want to like experience it for the first time when we stream it.
So it's an interesting thing for us because I feel like for most of the individual one shots that like kind of describe the characters, I think most of them we could watch now. Like, I'm pretty sure
Yeah, I think we've established like
The
we're,
only
we're
one-
allowed to now. Yeah.
the only one that I don't know if we can is Cather's. Because, like, I don't know, I mean, I don't know what
That's
happens
true.
in his, but, like, Cather still has so much, like,
Cather is-
backstory stuff that he hasn't told us.
Yeah.
I don't know
But I
how much
mean-
of that is in his one shot.
Yeah, because in my one shot, you literally don't touch on any of her backstory.
Mm-hmm.
Her one, like Renaya's one shot, is pretty much completely unrelated to anything.
Oh, yeah. Same
Renaya.
thing with Trax. Trax has like, the only thing that it does is, like, establish that there are 2 orcs in the city, which I have already killed. So, like,
I'm trying to remember if anything.
I don't think anything
'Cause, yeah, I
crazy
don't
happens
think-
in Edwards either.
I'm like, because I don't even think you learn about Renaya's blood in her one
Mm-mm.
shot.
We learned
I
that
think
in
that's later
in one
the
of the-
group.
in like episode 2 or 3 or something like that.
Yeah. So I'm like, my one shot's good. You're welcome to watch
Yeah,
mine.
we're
I
great,
mean,
100%.
you can watch like a very scared Lydia panic a lot.
That's views right there, Lydia. That's views. That's views. Oh man, I don't even know if I'll watch it. I might be like be in the chat and just have it muted.
Honestly, I might mute at certain points as well. Just when
It's
I
kinda
start
like-
talking. Anytime I start talking, just mute.
Am I the only person that, like, when they're watching like a movie or a TV show, will like actively cringe when they know one of the characters is about to do something that they hate?
I do that
Like
too, yeah.
there will be times where I'm just like, oh, I will physically tense up when I see the character
Yeah.
about to like
Yeah,
say
yeah,
something
yeah.
or do something that, like, oh god. And when it's me, it's even worse.
So like it's actually kind of funny because this is what happens with me with most episodes. Most episodes. We finish the episode. I have an absolute blast. I'm so pumped to go back and watch it. Then I go back and watch it, and I rewatch like all like my character moments, and I'm like, gosh, it's so good. I love this. And then I just watch it like a few more times because I have to go back through and get the clips and things like that. And then I get to a point where I'm like, I hate that I said this with this infliction on this specific word, and I cannot watch this moment anymore. I'll find the most nitpicky thing that I hate about it, and then I can't watch it anymore because I'm like, I'm gonna see it every time.
This is why I never watch back anything I ever do.
Really?
Nope, never. The only time that I look back to, like, I don't think I have ever rewatched an episode of The Paper Dungeon. The only time I've ever had to do that is if I'm specifically looking for a piece of information.
I rewatch the episodes usually pretty much the day after we do it. Then I have to go back and find the clips. And then if like it's been a long week or we have something else going that week and we like miss a week or things like that, then I go back and rewatch it to like refresh my brain on.
Nope. I just have sheer unwavering confidence that everything I said was good enough, and I just move on. Doesn't matter if I don't remember it. If I don't remember it, someone else will. I'm a bad player. But yeah, I don't know. I just never watch them. So I know that last week we talked about a lot of things last week. But last week we talked about kind of future plans for, like what exactly we're doing in the campaign. Mm-hmm. I am so excited because over the week, mainly during work, during the weekends when I work my shifts, those are the times when I like brainstorm the most about Dungeons and Dragons. Mm-hmm. That and when I'm driving to and from a different town. And so at one point in time, while I was doing one of those two things, I started brainstorming about other things to find in the Crimson Wastes. And I am so excited because one of them I couldn't tell you about, but these I can.
Okay.
So, one of the things that I really want to get across when we're in the Scarlet Wastes, excuse me, is I just really want everyone to understand that it sucks there. Yeah. And so I want to put in dangers that, like, if you know what they are avoidable. But if you don't, you just die. And so one of my personal favorite things that I have come up with is called a Cugglewumper. Not even the orcs know why it's called that. It's just called a Cugglewumper. And I
love it.
It sounds so adorable. It's not an animal. It's a plant. And what it looks like is just a small pond. It looks like an oasis. Except that there are no other, like, features around it. So, like, no other plants grow there. Like, most oases... Oasis? I don't know. Will have like other plants or things growing there because there's water nearby. So that's one of the main ways you can tell if something is a Cugglewumper. And the thing is, the Cugglewumper is a big. Imagine like a Mario piranha plant that is just underneath the ground and it's super shallow. And then when you get like within 5 feet of the water or into the water and it is disturbed, it just swallows you. And then if you fail the like dexterity save to jump out of it, you just get teleported to the plane of water. Because that like inside of it is just a portal to the plane of water. And no one knows why it's there. But they're just Cugglewumpers that prey on creatures that are searching for water. And it's not a like, oh, but you can still... No. Once you are teleported to the elemental plane of water, you're just gone. You probably just drown. Like, unless you have the ability to breathe underwater, there isn't a portal back.
Oh.
You just step into it, you fail, and you're gone. And so, now, like, Track knows how to spot a Cugglewumper. Uh-huh. But, like... Edward does not. So it would be so great because we all know that we're going to be wandering through the desert and Edward's just going to be like, I'm so thirsty. There's no water. I hate it here. And then he's going to see water and he's just going to be like, oh, freedom. He's going to run off in the distance. Trex will be like, oh, God. And it's great because if I blow it, then Edward's just going to be gone.
Oh, no.
So that's one of them. I also, I really want, good names for these names. Cugglewumper is fantastic.
Cugglewumper is beautiful.
It's adorable. But like, so right now I just have like, I don't have the actual names that they will be, but I do have kind of what they will like look like and things like that. One of them is just a crystal toad. And it is a completely clear frog.
No. No.
It's the size, it's like a large creature, like it's the size of a horse. And so it's clear.
It's my worst nightmare.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's basically invisible. And then so it survives because like airborne predators will just look and they'll just see sand because it's clear. Same thing with like landborne predators. And then when it's night and they're like easier to spot because there isn't as much sun, they bury themselves below the sand so that just like the top little part of its head pokes out. And the reason that they're really scary, and it's a super cool stat block. The thing that I'm most excited for is making up the stat block for this thing. It's like scary because especially during the day, because it can choose to make the inside of its body reflective, and it can just shoot out beams of sunlight like a magnifying glass. And so it literally just goes like, and like it does the like frog thing where it like inflates its throat and just shoots out a beam of like radiant damage.
Oh my god.
Just, you know, because why not? I love it. I love it so much. And it does have the swallow feature, so it can just eat a whole person. like a medium or smaller creature. You have to like bust its way out.
Gosh. Lydia, I'm getting like swallowed by creatures. It's like unavoidable.
It is, yeah, if there's a creature that can eat one of Lydia's characters, they will eat you.
It doesn't matter who I am. It doesn't matter where I go. They find me.
They're there. And then I also want rocks to be not necessarily common, but like not uncommon either. Because rocks themselves aren't huge, but they are next to like a mountain range, which is very common of rocks to roost there, and they're on the coast, which is even more common. Not to mention, there are dragons in the wastes, which are like rocks' natural enemies. And so I wanted something else in the desert that is like, oh hey, I am a predator to rocks, and it's just a plant that I have put a blank name on it so far, just called a rock eater. That like dragons will like roost around them, and they're just like long, like they completely buried underneath the sand. And then when a rock swoops down to like attack a dragon or hit a dragon egg, they're basically just like wicked long tentacles that shoot out and spear them and then wrap around and then just swallow them whole.
Oh my god.
And the whole thing about them is it's completely safe if you're on the ground. Like they don't detect things that are by them. But if you're like flying, and a lot of them are situated near the mountain edge. And that's why the orcs haven't just flown over the mountains with their bats, is because rock eaters will just like snatch them out of the sky.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
And so that's a fun one. Most of the terrifying things in the desert, it's hilarious to me. I want them to just be plants. Like I also think that like orcs are mainly vegetarians in the Scarlet Wastes because there aren't a whole lot of animals, but there are a lot of like meaty protein filled plants that like eat other creatures.
Oh god.
So that's a few previews. Right now I'm making an idiot's guide to the wastes for DJ. Where I'm like individually drawing the different plants and like making stat blocks and lore for them. And I'd like to have just an actual book, like small like pamphlet of pages almost. Heck, I would love if I could eventually put this on like DM's Guild or even just like on our website or something along those lines. I think that would be rad.
That would be awesome.
I think that would be super fun. And so yeah, so that's some previews into things that you might see in the Scarlet Wastes. I really want just everything to suck so bad. Um, I just want it to be a bad time for everyone, myself included. And I want to make sure that there are things that it doesn't matter how strong you are, doesn't matter how prepared you are. If you mess up, there's a chance that you just die. Or if not die, you are just no longer there. Like you are just reduced to nothingness.
Oh gosh,
Um,
I'm so scared.
yeah, and that's just a fun little thing that I want to. Oh, I also want. This is another thing. Included in the one day, it might just honestly just make it like I might just self-publish it eventually if I think that it's good enough. Um, as like a D&D supplement. I also want loads of like really gruesome like items that are like orcish magic items. And so like one of the things that I was thinking of is I would love if there was just a like a magic item called tongue of the white hand, and it's literally if you so the whole kind of orcish idealism is that depending on what your lineage is as an orc, your magic stems from a different location. So for the children of Urtris, they believe that their magic sits in the tongue. And so the tongue of the white hand is literally a child of Urtris's tongue that has been preserved and enchanted. And what it does is it allows you to cast tongues once per day without using a spell slot. And then you can choose to expend it. Like you can like absorb the power from it to like regenerate a spell slot, like a third level spell slot or something, depending on the rarity of tongue. Mm-hmm. So like if it's like the Tanar of Urtris, it might be like a 5th level spell slot. But if it's like, I don't know, a Chosen of Urtris, or a Nurtured, it's going to be like a 1st level spell slot and things like that. Mm-hmm. And it's just a whole orcish tongue. Like it's just an actual tongue that they have like dried and preserved. And I really want like just super gross magic items that are like body parts and things that have been enchanted. I think that's so sick.
That'll be epic, but I'm terrified.
Oh, it's gross. Yeah, the Scarlet Waste should scare you. There is nothing there that is friendly. Literally, it's like Track is going to say a thing when we get there, and I think it's going to be super sick. If I can pull it off correctly. But the basic sentiment is there is nothing that will kill you in this desert faster than hope. Like,
oh no.
Like abandon it because you will die if you maintain it. I'm so pumped. I love making things that make other people's lives more difficult.
Oh my gosh. Do you think we're going to start getting there before the end of the year?
What is hilarious is I think that we are going to I think we're going to get to the wastes, and then we're going to have the 2 to 3 days, 2 to 3 weeks where we don't play.
Uh-huh.
I think that's where the year's gonna end off, because I think that this next episode I don't think we'll actually get to the wastes. I don't even think we'll leave for the wastes. I think that most likely we will leave for the wastes 2 episodes from now.
Yeah, I think that'll be the case, yeah.
And so we're going to get there after Christmas time is over.
Mm-hmm. Oh, gosh, yeah. I'm so excited.
And yes, no, that is exactly the shrunken heads, that kind of vibe is entirely what I want. Is just gross little bits and bobs, a magic weapon that is made out of the hand of a priest of Luthic, because they have super claw-like fingers, so just a war pick that deals piercing damage because it's like just a stick with a mummified hand on the end of it that has like 5 stabby things. Does poison damage. Would be great. You could dual wield them. Ooh, no, it's like two sickles with just hands on the end. One of them deals poison damage, and the other one also deals poison damage. But like, yeah, it would be sick.
Ah.
It would be rad.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited for you to make that like guide to it. Like, I think that's sick.
I want to do it well.
Oh yeah.
I want it to be a good thing. I finished. Well, I didn't finish. I finished one more sketch that is a 2-scale reference of like how big one of the plants is to an orc. Mm-hmm. And I want that for all of them, just to see like how big each of the plants is, because right now I'm just on plants. I haven't gotten to creatures yet. And then I'm working on another one. I want each plant to basically have like 3 sketches of it, which is it in its dormant form. Like when you look at scientific sketches of like flowers, they have like, oh, what does it look like before it's bloomed, when it's budding, what does it look like after it's bloomed, and things like that. Mm-hmm. Well, the wizard can get it together, Wander. And I kind of want that. I want them to basically be like scientific diagrams, made by the orcs, to kind of explain like what exactly you should be looking for while you're there, as like an easier way to teach people. And then so it'll be each specific thing will take up 2 pages. So one of them will just be images, and then the other page will be like a bit of lore about it, like, oh yes, the last thing we heard of Tuk Tuk, Destroyer of Worlds, was a man, I'm thirsty, and then he was gone, like something like that. And then below it is like, if it needs a stat block, it has a stat block. If it doesn't have a stat block, it would be like what saves are necessary, or like what effect the plant has. And then below, I also want it to have the thing is, so this Scarlet Waste is incredibly dangerous, but almost everything there is very valuable. So like the Cugglewumper, mm-hmm. If you can obtain the core of a Cugglewumper, you can make like a it's the vase that shoots out water. The magic item that like creates endless water that I can't remember the name of. You know the one that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And like it can be crafted into, like, it can be the core of a magic item and things like that. And like the crystalline frog has like magical effects and things, and they can often be crafted into like potions, or like I bet you the frog, I would probably put it as like, you can use this as either a supplement for the invisibility spell, like the heart of a crystal frog, or you can turn it into a potion of invisibility and things like that. And so I want to also include what they can be used for in crafting at the bottom, and like how much it would cost and things like that. And then I just want, the thing is, that's so many sketches. So either A, I'm going to be so good at making like rough charcoal sketches of like plants by the end of this, or I'm never going to finish it and I'm going to hate myself continuously because it's like, this is so difficult. But either way, I think it'll be, at minimum, I think it'll be very good practice for me in terms of drawing.
100%.
And I think it's cool. But I would love, Grant and DJ have both talked to me about like, yo, Aaron, we could like, it would be super cool to eventually publish a book about like the Scarlet Wastes and like the things in it and the orcs, and it would be a good place to put like our homebrew for orcs and anything along those lines. Just make a small D&D supplement book and post it pretty much anywhere. Yeah, and I would love to do that. It's so weird thing. I actually know a couple people who have who are current D&D authors for off-brand supplement books and stuff like that. I don't like to say off-brand, but pretty much anything that you'd find on DM's Guild or other people that make supplements for D&D but aren't Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah, like homebrew.
Yeah, homebrew things. And so I know a couple of not personally, but I am in contact with actually quite a few people who publish books. I know several authors and things like that. So I would love if eventually I could get to the point where we could oh geez, what's the name of kickstart an actual published and well done book.
That'd be sick.
That would be so rad.
That'd be really cool.
I don't know if we ever will get to that point, but it would be super cool if we did. Because I love it. I love the orc stuff. The orc stuff is some of my favorite content that I've ever made for Dungeons & Dragons.
It's epic. And your creativity with all of it is just mind-boggling.
I don't know where a lot of it comes from. I think a lot of it comes from... I mean, I've mentioned before, I read just way too many books. And when I was a kid, I read way too many fantasy books. But apparently it worked out. Apparently it's it's helping out in the current day and age. So I guess it was worth it. But yeah, I think that's kind of a long-term goal for me, is to eventually actually publish something. Plus I can add that to my portfolio.
Yeah.
Always mind on the bag, everybody.
For the sack.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, no,
it would be really
that's
awkward
epic.
if someone actually died to a plant though in the main campaign.
That'd be real unfortunate.
It would be real awkward. Most of the stuff, I want it to be that if you know that it's there, it isn't hard to avoid. Cugglewumpers, it's you can pretty much easily tell. How wet is the ground around it? Is there any other plants there? Do we have anything like that? If no, stay a good distance away from it. Don't touch it.
It's they're not here for you, but if you get in the way, they will.
Well, they're just here for anything that happens to step within 5 feet of the water. So it could be here for you. That depends. Are you dumb enough to step within 5 feet of the water? My main concern is Edward, right? Because if Edward and Renaya are the two that I am most concerned about, because Renaya less so, but Cather's the least likely to wander away when he sees something pretty. There are things in the desert that will disguise themselves as the thing that you most want to see. So it could if Renaya saw Grotz standing dejectedly out 50 feet away, that's not too out of character for Grotz. Renaya could just ooh do 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 do, and head towards that, and bam, you got killed by Sand Mistress, which is also that's a 4th edition thing actually. Let's see if I can find it. That's another thing I want to do, is I want to add a whole bunch of things from previous editions. I don't know.
Same wonder. Same.
I don't know where my 5th edition went. Oh, found it. So a long time ago, I bought this Dark Sun Creature Catalog for 4th edition. Which has a bunch of things that I want to reinstate. Also, I am still sad. My favorite race in Dungeons & Dragons isn't even in 5th edition. And it is a Thri-Kreen. But the monster is in 5th edition, which means that they are viable creatures that could be player races.
What is it?
A Thri-Kreen.
Bug people?
Yes, they're bug people. I'll find a picture of them. They're on page 96.
I remember you talking about this.
Thrycreen.
Yeah.
They're bug people. They have 4 arms, and they can't speak because they don't have vocal cords. And they are just the coolest dang things in the world. And I can't play them because they're not there. Also, they're called Sand Brides. And they're literally just arcane creatures that were once fae, but they've been stuck in the desert for so long that now they've basically turned into the desert version of, like, sirens. So they're just like...
Sick.
They're just like... Most often, they just appear as, like, beautiful women. And they're kind of like, oh, I'm going to sing and lure you here. And then, bam, they strangle you to death. And then they also, like, hollow out chambers below the sand for, like, valuable treasures and things like that. I'm trying to... Yeah, actually, correction. They just suck the liquid out of you. You just become like a mummified grossness. Also, crazy thing that I saw today.
Oh no, where is this going?
The Earth is made of 71% non-carbonated water. Therefore, the Earth is flat. By all technicality. So that was the thing that I saw today. Yeah, I really want to put so many things. I want to put so many things in Wander, you know what's good. Wander saw it too. So that is just a, yeah, they got us. The world's been flat this whole time. Who knew?
Who would have thunk?
Yeah, I'm excited.
That's epic. That's epic. I'm so freaking pumped for that. Terrified. Something bad's definitely gonna happen. 100%. Now, will it be a death? Who knows?
I don't think anyone will die, probably.
I don't think we're gonna die. I think we might come close. But that's just because sometimes...
Because someone's gonna be an idiot. And they're gonna,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be Edward. We all know it's gonna be Edward. It's gonna be Edward. Edward's gonna be like, oh, look over there. Oh, look at that. What's shining in the desert? I'm like, Track's gonna be like, you don't want to go over there. And he's like, oh, it's too late. I'm 30 feet away. And Track's gonna be like, you're dead now. And he's gonna be like, Edward's skipping along. Whoa! It's just gone. She's gonna get deleted. Also, that's another reason why. So people have mentioned to me, "Hey, Aaron, why we have a flying boat? Why don't we just fly there?" There's a number of reasons for that. One, I want everyone to suffer and have to walk. Two, if we reach the orcs in a warship filled with skeletons, we will die. They will kill us on sight and assume that we are a warring party. We won't even reach the ground. Also, I am very interested to know what this drawing is as well. But I'm distracted. Second of all, most likely, because we have to be a bit closer to the ground than we were when we were flying over top the first time, we would just get eaten by a rock eater. Like, our boat would just get speared by a plant tentacle and swallowed whole. That is what would occur. And so yeah, so those are the 3 main reasons why we can't go there in a boat. Plus, I think it'll be way more fun to do it the other way, on foot, and struggle through the desert.
And miserable.
It would be great.
Yeah, it was gonna be so fun.
I think it'll be really cool. I think it'll be great. I think it'll be a super good time for everyone.
Oh gosh.
Oh man.
What do you think is gonna happen before then?
Like before we get to the wastes?
Yeah, like before we even leave.
I mean, we're gonna have to clarify some stuff. Track's gonna have to find a tattoo artist.
We get those before we go.
I'm saying, actually, I think it'd be way cooler if, like, Track succeeds with the whole orc thing, that, like, it's an orcish tattoo.
Uh-huh.
So it, like, uses the same things and stuff like that, but it's, like, a scar tattoo instead of a normal ink tattoo. Which also explains why DJ was so... Have we told them about DJ's whole tattoo rule things? Do they know about that?
No.
Okay, well, I'm gonna explain it anyway, even if you do know.
We'll reestablish what we're talking about.
Okay, so
with it.
we found a library in our pyramid that we have. That
Crystal clear.
Yeah, we have a pyramid. It's a... Well, I mean, to be fair, the whole pyramid thing doesn't make sense anyway, so it's fine. No one needs to know how it works. Found a library inside of our pyramid that contained a book of, like, magic tattoos. And, like, some tattoo ink and things like that, and a little tattoo needle. And, everyone's like, sick. Tattoos are awesome. Magic tattoos are even cooler. But DJ's like, I kind of don't like that it's like the normal D&D magic tattoos. You literally just press the needle to the skin and then it turns into a tattoo. And when you unattune to it, it goes away and the ink and needle reappears. But he's like, no, I kind of don't like that. I kind of just want it to be a permanent thing. So if you get this magic tattoo, you basically lose an attunement slot. Like, it is a permanent magic item that you are attuned to. But he's gone through a couple of other things where he's like, well, we could make it so that way you could, like, make it dormant, so if the effect isn't there, so you could still attune and things like that. But basically, tattoo is there forever, and it will always be connected to an attunement slot. Nothing you can do about it. I'm like, sick. Doesn't matter to me. I'm in. But it better be, like, a good tattoo if you're going to, like, lose an attunement slot for it. So I know that I don't know if everyone else, we've kind of all been given the option to talk to DJ and kind of figure out what the tattoo should do for each one of us individually if we get one. I know what I want mine to do. And I'm so pumped because it will send me hurtling towards death. So excited.
Stop. I don't like that excites you.
I'm loving it. It's great. Call me McDonald's.
Like, I really liked one that I wanted, but first of all, I can't.
You are
I don't
just
have an
jacked up
slot
on
open.
attunement slots. You have so many.
And none's gonna become available anytime soon.
No.
And then the whole permanent thing, I'm like, it wouldn't be worth it. Like,
Yep.
I know there's gonna be more powerful things than what this thing can do.
Mm-hmm.
So, the one I wanted was the Masquerade one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. That's not worth having a permanent attunement slot gone for.
Like, super cool, but with the tattoo rules, it wouldn't be worth it.
So, and also, no, often they don't glow, depending on the tattoo. So some tattoos do, but some of them are just like, they just look like a normal tattoo, except cool.
The Masquerade one, you could make look like any tattoo at any time.
Yeah, which is sick, but
Which is
so
cool.
more aesthetic. Honestly, I don't even think that one should require attunement. That should be like a common magic item.
I mean, you
Like,
talk to DJ for me, because he'll listen to you more than he'll listen to me.
I don't know. I think it's more that I don't think he listens to either one of us more. I think that I am just way more sneaky with how I explain what I want.
Well, you got the rules down.
That is fair.
And so if you are like, well, by technicality, and this and this and that, then DJ can't argue with you. Whereas it's me, it's like, oh, it would be cool. And
Or I
he's
think
like,
this would be neat. And he's like, but I don't like it.
And I'm like, but, and he's like, that. I'm like, Aaron.
But like, so the Masquerade one, that basically sounds to me like a cloak of billowing. Like, what does it actually do to assist you?
I believe it's the thing with like you can do disguise self.
Okay, disguise self is a different thing, but honestly, if it's just the tattoo that like,
with it.
like I thought that it like if that is the case, then yeah, I could understand it being an attunement slot. But I would petition that you could get. I think that there should be a tattoo that it just allows it to change how it looks, on you, And then that I don't think should require attunement, because that would be super cool, and that would allow everyone to kind of get a tattoo without having to take up a slot. Depending on the tattoo nilf, so I'll pull out. You got me now. You got me open my D&D books. I was trying to resist it.
The masquerade one is fluid ink. So as a bonus action, you shape the tattoo into any color or pattern and move it to any area of the skin. But it's always obviously a tattoo. It can be no smaller than a copper piece, but it can also cover your whole skin, depending on what you want. And then it can do disguise self as an action. But it can only do that once a day.
There is I believe it is the absorbing tattoos. The absorbing tattoos, I mean, they, and a lot of it is themed. So I think that there's one that like legitimately lights up. For the life of me, I can't remember what it is. Probably the Illuminator's tattoo. That would make sense. Let me see. It's an I. H-I, A-B-C-E-F. I skipped it. Am I blind? Or am I A-B-C-D-E-F? No, it should be here. Oh, there it is. Oh, wait, no, the Illuminator's tattoo, you can literally just write with your fingertips as if it were an ink pen that never runs out of ink. Which is cool. You can touch a piece of writing up to 1 page in length and speak a creature's name. The writing becomes invisible to everyone other than you and the named creature for the next 24 hours. Each of you can dismiss the invisibility by touching the script. No action required. Well, a lot of it, I think, is thematic. So if you want your tattoo to glow, I don't think that it would change. But the absorbing tattoo, it gives you resistance to a certain type of damage while you have it. And then if you take damage from that chosen type, you can use your action to gain immunity to it once per dawn. And those each have an individual color that is associated to them. So like lightning is yellow, force is white, fire is red, cold is blue, acid is green, so on and so forth. Thunder is for some reason orange.
That's odd.
I'm not... Psychic is silver. And poison is violet.
Interesting.
I mean, hey, I'll give it to him.
We can have it. That's fine.
Whatever. Yeah, so it would be super cool. So the orcs have paladins. I'm pretty sure I've talked about this before on Table Scraps, but I'm going to talk about it again because I think it's cool, and no one can stop me. I'm the host of the show. So Orcish paladins. Orcs have paladins. Paladins is kind of honestly, like, there is not a class that fits the Orcish mindset better than Paladin in my mind. That very, willpower based magic is like the Orcs jam. But most Orcish paladins are paladins of Luthik. Luthik is the goddess of fertility, life and death, poisons and their cures. A very much half and half god. So the only orcs that grow like this are priests of Luthik. Specifically, they are women because the whole fertility aspect. But there are male children of Luthik, and they turn into paladins of Luthik. And so the priests have clawed hands. Their fingernails grow out as super long claws. And they basically paint their nails in poisons and another poison that counteracts the other one. So both of them deal poison damage, but one poison, if they are attacked at the same time, neutralizes the other. And so their paladins are identified. They have tattoos that overlap each other, and the priests of Luthik will carve the tattoos into their bodies, so that way that the poison and its cure cross each other to like neutralize them. And then whenever the paladin like casts magic, it like moves through their tattoos in like a white and a black like crisscross, which is why earlier in the thing, when Tarak invoked Luthic, that is why his smites were black and white instead of the like purplish red from when he invoked, I think it was Ilnaval.
Also, I love that all of our magic has some element of purple to it.
I mean,
like,
it depends.
all of us. Like, all of us have purple somewhere in our magic.
Yeah.
Like Edward's is purple because of favorite color fest.
Because he likes purple.
Renaya's DJ picked purple for like Malice's cleric magic for Renaya.
Mistake. I would have picked like blue.
Cather's a moon elf and is purple, so he's like, purple. Yeah, it's purple. And then Tarak's got the purple and red.
Only when he's talking about Ilnaval. Ilnaval is a very purple and red type of guy. But most of the time, so like Tarak has yet to invoke Urtris when he is like attacking, who is his like main guy because he's a child of Urtris, and Urtris is like a sickly green and yellow, and then Shargaz is more of like, oh geez, what would Shargaz be? Shargaz is probably just like a deep maroon, like the color of blood. Whereas Grumpsh is like a bright red. Ilnaval is the kind of guiding between the two. Which is why it's like that like purple and red. Mm-hmm. Man, Orcish deity is super rad. So another thing that would be super, super cool, and this will not take place in this season. In fact, it will probably never be seen ever. There's a high chance that it will never come into play. But like DJ has expressed in the past, the Orcish deities aren't gods. Like, they aren't functioning gods in the sense of like what is a god in this world. Mm-hmm. But what I think it is, and I included this in a like, we have a document that is just like Orcish lore, so that way DJ knows what is going through my head, and I can see if DJ has anything that's going through his head. Mm-hmm. There are like effigies of the Orcish pantheon that are like remnants of when they were alive, because they were like legitimate living orcs at one point in time, that may contain like elements of their soul or influence. So like when they die, they leave a part of them. So like in my mind, Grumpsh, it's probably his spear. Grumpsh died surrounded by like an army of slain elves. So like just imagine like the party walks into this like deep underground cavern in the midst of like the old no man's land of like the Elvish wars, and there's just like thousands and thousands of bodies worth of bones that all stack and pile up, and there's just a single like orcish skeleton who has like thrust a spear into the ground, and it's like this old like ancient wooden and stone spear, and like that is a spear of Grumpsh. Mm-hmm. That's so sick. And like Urtris died. Urtris was captured by the enemy. And then in order to avoid revealing information about the orcs, he bit off his own tongue and then exploded in disease that like wiped out the camp. And so the children of Urtris can still actually communicate with Urtris by creating a tome of the stilled tongue using the Tanar's tongue. So when you become the Tanar of Urtris, you cut out your own tongue and make a tome of the stilled tongue, which is a super cool magic item. It's really rad. Normally it's connected to Vecna. And then Urtris actively communicates with them and like teaches them how to make like crazy bonkers diseases and stuff like that. So there could be the original tome of the stilled tongue that actually has Urtris's tongue like nailed to it. And that is what his effigy is and things like that. Shargaz probably has a broken blade somewhere that is like like a short sword that has been shattered and is like blood red the entirety of the blade. And that contains like his soul and things like that. And it would be so cool to like find one of those. I don't even know what they do. I don't even know. I have no idea what their purpose would be, but they're like artifact level things. I don't know if you would be possessed by like one of the Orcish deities if you were to attune to it. I don't know if they would just be really good magic items that have like sentience. I have no idea. But that would be like, that's like the coolest thing that could happen in my mind, is like the scene of finding one of the Orcish deities' effigies. That would be so sick to me.
That'd be interesting.
Like, if I was good enough to like just whip out sketches, I would want to draw a scene where that happens every single time.
Do you think Takaram's gonna come with us?
I have no idea, because Takaram also has to like resurrect his dead family.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he can do that without the boat.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, you don't need the body for like true resurrection. So you can he could probably just do it here. I think that's one of the things that will happen before we leave, is I think Takaram will resurrect his dead lineage.
Yeah, probably.
I think I mean, obviously Cather's going to have a conversation with everyone. I think Tarak will probably talk to Grotz before we go. It's going to be great. Edward's going to do something real dumb. I don't know what it is. It's just kind of an assumed. Oh, geez. I mean, you're really the wild card here. Because a lot of the things that would happen to you aren't even, like, your decisions.
Right.
Like, anything could happen that could throw a wrench in these plans.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know what we'll do beforehand. I don't know. What do you think?
I have no idea. I know we've got to have conversations. I think we're going to have several conversations.
I mean, I think we're going to have conversations for days. These are going to be very role-play episodes.
Oh, yeah, and I'm so excited. This is my element.
I am uncomfy.
I think we gotta have a Catherine conversation. We gotta have a Renaya conversation. I want to have the Tarak and Grotz conversation before we go. We gotta figure out Takaram, what we're doing with him. Oh, I have another thing that I want to talk with Cather about. Which I'm interested for. I want to talk with him about Kiamora. And the dream stuff.
He's not coming.
Oh yeah, Kiamora's not coming with us. No.
No good.
No.
And when I say that, Kiamora is probably gonna come with us.
hey, Aaron, Drew wants
just Drew?
He's on DJ's computer.
Okay, so now I need to find a 3-person option that I don't have. Which means that I need to download it and regrade it. Lydia, stall for time.
Hi, my name is Lydia. I play Renaya on the Pepper Dungeon. I'm in love with the Demon Prince, and it's pretty cool sometimes.
Gross.
My friends don't like it a lot, but it's a fun time.
I would just like to say I actually do like it. But I've got to play to the meme. Why the hate towards Pandapoia? Because it's hilarious.
No, don't distract Aaron. He's busy. Talk to me.
That's the answer to your question. Hold on, I need to go through like 7 different routes to go get the to get to the place that I need to be.
I need to tell you that? Well, actually, Wonder, wait, because I'm gonna redo it. I want to redo it pretty soon and make it cooler. So don't. So I'll tell you at a later time.
Nope.
What else do you guys want to talk to me about?
Lydia, I can't find it.
Sweet. Aaron, okay, you stall for time while I go look for it.
Hold
to
on.
Tell you where it's at.
Wait, got it. We got there. So let's download that. Continue stalling for time, Lydia.
Oh, sorry. Malice is so cute.
Lydia,
I
you've
love
got one
Malice so
job.
much, and his boobs. I love DJ's physicality with Malice. It's my favorite thing. DJ's physicality with like cute things like Malice, Poyo, like I love it so much. It cracks me up. Um, the, Aaron,
Yes?
how's it coming?
Look, I am doing my best here, Lydia.
Right, okay. Let's see what else is in the story. Let's see.
Okay. You're doing
Leveling
great.
up.
Keep it up.
We're leveling up the next
Oh,
episode.
yeah, we are like level 8.
Yeah, that's
Even
pretty cool.
I'm approaching immortality, which is not great.
Hi, Mass. Welcome. I'm stalling for time while Aaron figures
Yo,
something out.
it's the Wizard of the Coast.
No, he got demoted, remember?
No. Wander is just his understudy. He
Oh.
has been promoted to understudy. That is what I have decided.
Okay.
Let's go to here. Let's paste that and throw it behind. You're doing great. Wow, this is so small. Oh, I just realized, so I'm gonna need to invite. Hey guys, we're going to momentarily go to break real quick here. This is what we're gonna do because
No,
yeah,
it's okay.
well, I'll
we'll be
need
back
to-
in like 1 minute. We won't be gone long.
yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back because I need to transition between 9 different things, and I can't tell the dimensions of the cameras on Zoom unless I have them in here. That's gonna look real gross. So
It's gonna be 1 minute. I'll be in chat the whole time.
100%. Lydia can't leave you. It's contractually obligated. So we will be right back. Hello, everybody.
Never won.
We're back. We're doing it.
We gained a Drew.
We did. He's here. It's Drew. Right now. No stopping him.
Drew acquired.
DJ is also
Drew,
awkwardly in
yes.
the background
Right.
doing map stuff.
Hi,
Oh,
DJ.
now he's in the
Yeah.
foreground.
Yes. You are. Yep. Just completely blocking the webcam.
I'm working on things for you guys. The things are in the works.
I'm so proud.
Yep.
We had a
That's right.
wonderful conversation that you all missed about the terrible things that you're going to find in the Scarlet Wastes.
Oh, we heard some of it.
Oh,
You know,
that's great.
like warriors with poison on their nails. That
Oh, no.
and stuff.
That was just about orcs. I'm talking about... Did you hear the part about Cugglewampers?
What now?
Cugglewampers.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
That is shameful, Drew. Shameful.
He'll just have to find out.
You're just going to have to find out later.
I'll just rewatch the VOD.
Oh,
That's not a
sure you
possibility,
will,
Drew.
Drew.
It's
We're going to
cheating.
delete it. Going to delete the VOD.
We're gonna freeze.
No VOD for you.
No VODs.
It's, all right. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever.
But yeah, so is there anything that you would like to talk about? Let's see. What have we already covered?
Oh, Drew.
Oh,
What? Actually, no. That's backtracking a little too far. We'll work our way there. Plans for the next 2 episodes.
Because our prediction is
The next 2 episodes.
that. So this
Because
is what I think.
Yeah.
We're not gonna leave for the Crimson Wastes until 2 episodes from now. And so we will reach the Crimson Wastes, and then we will go on break for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And then we won't return to it until 3 weeks have passed.
We'll either just be getting to the Crimson Wastes, or we'll be just about to be there, or we'll just be starting the thing.
Yeah, we might be
And then-
in the wastes, but we won't be
Yeah.
in the wastes.
But we won't be. Yeah.
right.
As answer to your question, Wander, as what you're gonna do for 3 weeks, we'll still be streaming.
Yeah.
We'll have Drew's Christmas
the-
one shot.
Christmas one shot. We have. Then after that, we'll be
Restreaming episode
the
1.
very first episode, and I'll be in chat. And
I will be there too. And
Aaron
then
and I will probably be on a call together.
that is very fair.
Watching it. And then the week after that, we have a filing cabinet talking about the new year.
Then we'll be back.
And then we're back.
Then we'll be back. We'll be
To the
jamming.
campaign.
We'll be killing it.
Yep.
We'll be dying.
So
It'll be great.
really
yeah.
the break is just us doing stuff other than the main campaign.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's we'll still be live. Quite a few. For
Yeah. You'll still
Well,
see
thank you to
our...
Wander's sister for introducing
Rose
Wander
faces.
to us.
Man,
Heck yeah.
that's kind of crazy to think
I
about.
know, right?
That's really cool.
I went, this is totally off topic, but I went to see my aunt, uncle, and cousin yesterday, and I went over to their house, and I was wearing these jeans, and they're real cute jeans, and my aunt complimented me on them, and my mom goes, yeah, when did you get those? And I go, oh, they're pretty recent. I only got them, and then I remembered that I got those jeans specifically before the Idaho trip.
Oh,
And I was
yeah.
like, wait, no, these aren't new. They're like a year old. It's like, wait, that was a year ago. It broke my brain for a second.
Yeah, we've been at this for over a year now.
This shirt is in the top 3 newest articles of clothing that I own. I never buy clothes.
Because it's almost a year old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The newest clothing that I own is Lydia's merch. Speaking of which, I'm not sure if anyone knew, but Lydia has a store. Oh, you beat me to it, Maz. Yo, Cameron, you haven't been on stream for 80 years. We've only been streaming for 1. Hey, Cam, just in case you didn't know, Lydia has a store. That it's relatively recent, sells super cool merch. You should check it out. And buy her stuff with the money that we both know you don't have. For anyone who doesn't know, that is my friend. Cam Waddle is my friend. We were freshman roommates in college. It's great. Known him for a long time.
Back when you know you were.
I
going
like
to
it.
college,
Yes.
like a
Give up.
game plan.
Give up on catching up. Lydia has plans for making it a little bit easier to catch up.
No, I have plans to make little summaries of like the episodes, so then you can just watch them speed through real quick and then get caught up. And it'll be like every 5 episodes. So if you end up missing a chunk, you can just go back and watch that.
Exactly.
I'm working on it.
Slow and steady. But that means that you can just start now, and then one day, Lydia will be done with it, and then you can just be like, oh great, now I actually can understand the context to all these things. So yeah, so
But-
I think that's a great plan.
Drew, what are your plans for the next 2
That is
episodes?
yeah. Actually,
Right.
I kind of want to cut them off again.
Well, so see, now that you guys are talking about this whole idea of it's going to take us 2 episodes to get to the Crimson Waste, now my plans is just to ruin your guys' plans.
And just get there in the
No.
first episode.
I'm gonna get us there in the first half of the next episode.
No.
Drew, I need to make DJ's guide, Dummy's Guide to the Waste still.
DJ.
DJ's Dummy Guide. Is that the next Wizards of the Coast campaign module? Is
Yeah,
Aaron's
Dummy's
Dummy
Guide.
Guide
Well,
to-
you see, you missed it
Crimson
while I
Waste?
was talking about Color Wumpers. So my goal is to make like like a reasonably sized book. Like nothing crazy, not like an 18,000 page novel. But like, you know, probably around like in the total, if I include like the Orcish like homebrew stuff, magic items, and then like a creature thing, I don't know, maybe like it could be like up to 50 pages of but the creature stuff is the main thing that DJ needs. But I would love to eventually get to the point where I could like release that as like a minor module for the paper dungeon of like, this is what's in the Crimson Waste.
Minor.
Also, Lydia, check that. If you make a College of Valor shirt and sweatshirt, he will buy both. So get on that. Get that income. Grab that bag while you've got the chance.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, don't you? I'm pretty
actually,
sure you have
I'm
one
more
in there.
surprised that.
Let me look.
I was gonna say, I thought I would be more surprised if Lady didn't have those.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because
It
the
has, like-
bards are like the things that you
have,
got.
like, all
yeah,
the
bards
colleges,
are,
'cause,
like I love
like-
bards, so I think bards is the one. I don't think I've done all of them, so maybe I didn't.
There's a College of Swords, no Valor.
I have a design. I just haven't put it on the shop yet.
Okay.
So stay tuned at the Lydia store.
Yes.
And soon you could get yourself a College of Valor
100%.
design T-shirt and sweatshirt.
Now, admittedly, it might take a bit because Lydia's got like so much stuff that she has to make right now.
But
Yeah,
I
it-
actually made a lot of progress yesterday.
I'm so excited.
Actually,
Uh,
I need to show.
DJ has stolen my chat screen.
Oh, get wrecked.
I need
What?
to show you
What?
guys.
No.
I would
Well,
love, Lydia.
there's
I would
that.
love to have you do a shirt design stream
Ooh,
where you
there
just
you go.
make
That'd be
like
fun.
logos and stuff for your shirts.
Like on stream.
100%. Show
I'm
on a
down.
table scraps one day, or not on a table scrap. Honestly, if you just hijack the stream one day, like on like a Wednesday.
Aaron,
like,
you and I both know my computer cannot take that.
Oh, that is very far. So you tell me, and I will help hijack. We won't even announce it.
We'll just do it.
We're not going to tell anyone else in the group. It's going to be like a Tuesday afternoon. No, it's going to be like a Tuesday at like 3 in the morning. when we're both awake for no reason. And we're just going to be like,
Yeah.
what if we just started to stream right now? What if that was a thing that we did? And then we would just go live. It would be great. I think it would be awesome.
You know, and you know the best part about that right there is both Wander and Maz are
Oh,
gonna be
100%.
there. And Nihilith or Nilith. I always forget how it's supposed to be pronounced. I'm sorry. I apologize. Like they're guaranteed to be there, even if it's at 3 in the morning.
We're going to
Yeah.
have it at all of the 3s. All of the 3s in the mornings. So it's going to be at every 3.
All the 3.
It's going to be a 24-hour stream, but it's only going to be exactly
only
at 3
at
o'clock.
3s. No, like also like 103. If there's a 3 in it, that's when we'll be on. But if there's not a 3, we're not on it.
Yep. Yeah.
Does that mean are we changing the start time of the paper dungeon on Mondays?
Yeah, to any time that there's a 3.
Anytime that there's a
So
three.
all of the 3 a.m. and 3 p.m. and also any time that it's like 13, 23, 33, all of the 30s.
Yeah.
So at least for 30 minutes every hour.
Yeah. I got it.
And
It's perfect.
Easy peasy. Anyway, Drew, do you have plans?
So Lydia. I'm sorry. Please continue. Drew.
oh boy, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Drew really thought like end of next episode we're getting to the Crimson Waste. That's what Drew thought to himself
Really?
because in my mind the next episode, this is how next episode is gonna go. Okay, in my mind. So we're gonna start off. Obviously, we ended like just before Cather was gonna talk to the whole group, right?
Mhm.
That conversation's gonna happen.
Mhm.
Then after that, we're probably gonna go to dinner in the main tent thing because that's what like everyone's doing right now.
I thought everyone was going to sleep.
No, we're about to have like dinner in like the main tent, and then we're gonna have
Really?
another
Seriously?
meeting
I
with,
thought
with all
we
the
were going to
bigwigs.
sleep.
I understand.
No.
I'm in full bat mode.
No, because when we dismissed, they are like, hey, you guys go talk about it. We'll meet again later this evening after dinner.
I don't
That's
remember this
right. I forgot about that. Continue.
And so then we're gonna have dinner, and we're gonna meet with them, and then we're gonna be like, heck yeah, we're gonna help you, and then we're gonna go, and we're gonna do the thing, and then like we'll have like some more conversations before we go to bed, and then it's gonna become the morning, and we're gonna wake up and we're gonna leave.
So I like the thought. Here's my problem with it. Never once have we actually succeeded at leaving on time. Because we all know this is what's
worst
going to
at
happen.
that.
You're going to talk to us. It's going to take 30 minutes longer than you intend. We will go to dinner. Dinner will take 15 minutes longer than you thought. Suddenly, we are now at break. Break is going to happen. We're going to come back. Something is going to happen. It's going to take 30 minutes of time. Literally anything. Grotz is going to show up. Malice is going to
that's
show up.
another thing. Is because we just leveled.
Yeah.
So we got to get our stuff. However cool way DJ decides to give us our stuff.
Sure. Yeah. This is all very valid. So here's the thing, right? So here's the thing, right? By the way,
DJ, I'm so glad that was
calling you out.
leveled because it's a secret. Don't share that.
Anyway, so episode's gonna start. It's gonna take like 30 to 45 minutes. At 45, the absolute most is how long Cather's conversation with the party's gonna go. Like that's accounting for our just ridiculousn's. All right.
I will actually agree with this.
Then we're gonna go to dinner. Dinner's gonna take like 15 minutes, right? That puts us at 1 hour. All right. Then, so dinner happens. We start doing getting ready for bed stuff. That could be level up stuff. That could be additional conversations. Then we correction. Actually, no, correction. Dinner's gonna take 15 minutes, and then it's gonna be like another like 30 minutes for like the the team meeting, the council meeting, whatever, right? After that, all right, and then we're gonna have that gives us like another like 30 minutes of kind of fun group conversations before break, right? And then we got another 2 hours after break to have conversations, and then at the end, when we're done, all DJ has to do is be like, all right, cool, you get on your boat, time jump.
We all know that he's not going to time jump it, Drew. Because you know what he's going to say? He's going to say, is there anything you would like to do in the time that you, in between, like here and the mountains? And someone's going to say yes.
Probably
yeah, sure.
me.
It's going to be all,
yeah.
because also, Track needs to talk to Grotz.
Oh.
Yeah. Track's talking
Yeah.
to Grotz. That's a good thing.
That's true.
Track has managed to miss every single time anything is said about Grotz.
No.
Yeah.
Every single time. It's like a miracle. It isn't even intentional.
Maybe that's why it's taken so long for Cather to come to Track.
Because Track doesn't know.
Track doesn't know. Track, like, there's no context to, oh, I should talk to Track about and see what he thinks.
Exactly. And so then suddenly Track knows. Now you've got to talk to Track.
Yeah, and then it's perfect. It's perfect.
And so
Although, but see,
everything
this is
will
the deal.
take 30 minutes
Cather
longer than we
has
expected
to
to.
know- But Cather has to know the track now knows about Graz.
Yeah, it'll be pretty obvious. He's gonna be like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna go talk to Drots. Don't interrupt me." Done.
See, I'm just. Do you have a plan as to how you're going to?
Oh,
talk to
I know
Graz?
exactly how this conversation is going
I'm
to go.
so excited.
How are you going to get?
I'm
to
gonna say,
Graz?
"Hey Renaya, I need to talk to Grotz," and she's gonna be like, "Hey Grotz, can you go talk to Track?" And he's gonna be like, "Yep."
Okay.
Hey Cameron, Grotz is the Demon Prince of Pleasure. He is one of the. Isn't he like one of the 9?
Who's Renaya's demon daddy?
No. There's 9 because that's devils. There's 9 devils,
So,
right? Like
Yeah,
devil,
he's a demon prince.
demon prince, but
Yeah.
there's like 1,000 demons. There's too many
Demon
demon
Prince
princes.
is the abyss.
He's also really hot.
Because
He's
you have
really hot.
you have arch devils and then you have demon princes.
Yeah, I'll see if
Demon
I can.
lords, more specifically.
Which book is Grotz in, Drew?
Isn't he in Tasha's?
No,
Well,
it's
I mean,
Mordecai.
there is an image of him in
Yep.
Tasha's.
It's in Mordecai.
Mordenkainen's?
That's right. Yep, that's right.
Mordenkainen's. I'll see if I can pull up a picture for you. It's true. I ship Track and Grotz. That's a ship worth
No,
No.
no, Track can't take my ship.
Like,
Track just got a flying ship.
sending. Bork.
what do you mean track got a flying ship?
Drew's like, excuse
If
me.
anybody got a flying ship. If
Okay, but
anybody got
Track
a flying
was the
ship-
most excited about the
I
flying
was really
ship.
pumped about the flying boat.
I mean, oh yeah, Track was most pumped, but you know who was just as pumped as Track and Aaron combined? Drew.
It's page
That
149.
sounds like a challenge.
I am the captain now.
Hey, I'm just saying, like
144,
like
147,
Cather was
149.
not nearly as
This
pumped
Grotz
because
in the normal Dungeons and Dragons books, he's
Yeah.
just like ripped in purple and has a super long curvy sword. He's pretty rad.
What-
Google Grotz, he's hot.
what,
He also
what are
he
those-
also like kind of dates Tasha, but not really. He does have like himbo energy. That is actually very accurate. Little different in our campaign than in the normal world, but yeah.
Anyway,
That's
as I
Grotz.
was saying though, so, but Aaron, the thing is, right? We're gonna have like an hour long for that time jump. So, any of those little pockets of stuff that's gonna happen during that week, that's what, and then the episode's gonna end, and we're gonna be at the Crimson Waste, and we're
No,
gonna
no,
have a
no.
whole nother.
The episode's going
episode
to end,
Crimson
and we're
Waste.
going to be at the Alisar Mountains. Because we're going to have to get to the Alisar Mountains, and then we're going to have to deal with the Alisar Dwarves for, like, a little bit, because, like, they probably know that we're coming. But that's going to be an interaction that is going to be super cool.
No, actually, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's,
And
yeah,
then...
that's actually fair. That
then-
that alone could take an entire episode.
Yep, and Tarak's also going to have to get people to understand that we can't just fly to the orcs. We're going to have to walk.
Why?
Because I've explained this multiple times. So you missed it in the Cugglewumper section.
I did. Yes, clearly.
The Cugglewumper was such an important section that you missed. First off, rocks are common creatures to be found. Not exactly common, but not rare. They're like uncommon in the trading card game. Rocks would be uncommon in the Crimson Wastes. So, what exactly preys on rocks? The natural enemy to rocks are dragons. There are copper dragons that roost in the Scarlet Wastes. They specifically roost next to things that I haven't come up with the Orcish name for, but would probably translate roughly to rock eaters. Rock eaters are plants that shoot out spiked tendrils to impale rocks that fly too close to the ground and absolutely devour them. So in order to... We flew over the sands one time. We were real high up. Track needs to know which group of orcs we're getting next to. So we have to be lower to the ground, which means that we are in prime rock eater area. So that's a lot of problems.
You know, I think the whole of our ship is a little tougher than a rock.
I don't know if that is entirely true.
I don't know if that's true.
I think it would be true. If this is a flying warship,
I
The
mean,
whole
we can figure
ship-
it out.
I feel like flying warship is an acronym or a synonym for rock as well.
So we can kind of math this out. So let's go. Let's find the section of the book that talks
Plus, okay,
about.
see, Aaron, here's the thing though. Our flying warship has something a rock doesn't have. Ranged combat.
Okay.
So
It's a
if a plant is shooting us, we just blow it up with a cannonball.
I would like to also. Do we even have cannons?
Yes, it's a warship.
Okay, just because it's a warship does not mean it has cannons.
It's a warship that has a history of pillaging on its own.
I feel like most of the pillaging was basically it showed up and then the people attacked. Like,
I mean,
if you think of like a Viking longship, Vikings didn't have cannons, but it was still a warship.
It's not a Viking longship.
I mean, hey DJ, are explosives a thing?
DJ walked away momentarily.
Oh God, DJ, the one time I need you.
I mean, to be fair, explosives could be a thing. All you need is some.
Oh my God.
Shoot, no, I'm blanking out now. Hey, DJ. Aaron wants to know if explosives are a thing.
Explosives?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, they are.
So are cannons common?
Also,
Are cannons? Yeah.
So do we have cannons?
Oh, yeah. We have,
Okay.
Like
155,
24
157.
cannons, like 12 bullets.
like I said,
Stuff.
it's a warship.
Yeah, it's meant to just destroy.
So, by the way, I have
Destroy,
3 reasons.
Bill, destroy. Sorry.
I have 3 reasons as to why we can't fly there. So, also, I just want to find warship. Of course, they don't have the gosh dang AC of a warship. We're going to the internet.
Like a 30. That's not actually 30. I think it's like a 25.
Actually,
Although
I
it
feel like
depends on what version, because some people have like an AC for like the hull or the mast. Other people just have an AC just for the ship as a whole.
Yeah, I'll get you guys some stuff.
You know.
Okay, don't show this again.
So
I might give
Okay,
Captain
warship.
because you're the captain of the ship and it's
Hey.
easy.
he's the captain now.
I am the captain.
Oh, those are some ships. Warship.
The hull's armor class is 18. The the hulls is 15. The helms is 18. The oars 12. Sails 12. Ballistas 15. The manuals is 15, and the ram is 20.
So
There you
now,
go.
we head over here to armor class of 15 on a rock. How many hit points does a warship have?
Like 300.
300? Alright, so a rock is like 50 hit points less than our boat.
But the rock is much easier, or
We have a
much
Aaron,
maneuverable.
and as you said, action economy. If we have
Oh, I'm
25 cannons and it has 2 talons.
Speaking of action economy, there's this thing called surprise round, where we get impaled by a demon plant and then sucked towards the ground.
That's why
These
I have
things
a
ain't...
lookout.
Dog, it's hidden below the sand. You can't see it. It's like a bam, it's gone. You don't know what I know. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. But besides that,
No, I don't. But
Two. If we show up to the orcs in a warship manned by skeletons, not only will we be shot out of the sky, we will be killed if we are on the ground. There will be no conversation. You will die.
they don't have to know about the skeletons.
It's a warship. If we show
Okay.
up with a warship, it includes war in the name, Drew. It's war
See?
in the name.
No, but see, here's the thing though. It's not like if we just show up on feet, they're gonna think any better of us. At least on a warship, we have a chance
way,
of survival if things go south.
No. So this is how we have to this is how we have to do it. We have to approach by land, weapons not in hand. And you see, and Track this is part of the things that Track needs to explain. There are different types of orcish groups. There are, like, the group that he was a part of was very strict. It was very, like, oh, it doesn't matter if you have a half-orc name. you are not an orc. We kill you on sight. Other groups are like, hey, let's give them a chance to talk first. If they can convince us not to kill them on sight, we won't kill them on sight. We want to hit one of those groups. That's the group that we want to hit. If we show up in a warship, there is no chance that they give us a chance to talk to them. It is insta-death.
I mean, maybe, but like here's my thought too, right? Here's my thought too. Also, Lydia's little notes are great because this is not the first time Aaron and I have had a discussion like this. It is actually very common.
I get caught
like the
in
three
these
of us
all the time.
All the time.
And I just get stuck because I can't tune in. I don't know what they're talking about. And they're both like so super smart about it, so they just rapid fire and I'm caught in the crossfire and I don't know how to get out.
Anyway, so as I was saying, Aaron, so you all bring up you do bring up a valid point, which is why, for instance, we don't just park the ship on top of them, for instance. Because my thought, right, is if things go south, which you seem to make it out that it's very possible that things go south, we need a way out. Like, that's just a necessity, right? So the reality of the fact is, even if we don't necessarily, like, just use it for all of our transport, we're going to have to use it a little bit to, like, and keep it close by. Because if things go really bad, we need a way to escape.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not saying that we leave the boat behind. We'll keep it in the pyramid, because we will fly back with the boat when we don't have to be closer to the ground to spot where the orcs are.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
I'm not saying we abandon the boat entirely. I'm saying that the moment we get past the edge of the mountains, we're on land. Like, once we cross through the Alisar Mountains, land-based the rest of the way. The third reason is it's way cooler.
Oh yeah,
it's way more rad.
You think it's cooler for us to walk on foot than to show up on a warship?
Yeah, because you get to see all the cool stuff.
Okay, so it's cooler for us.
It's cooler for us and story-wise to have to like struggle through the Crimson Wastes. Also, that way you guys get to see like how much it sucks. This is reason number 4. This is a hidden 4th reason. I like to watch people suffer. So Track will insist that once we are past the Alisar Mountains, it will be safer if we are in a small group to go on land than it is to go in the sky.
Here's what's going to happen. So, if you guys have seen King Arthur, Legend of the Sword, great movie, would recommend. But there's a little montage in it. It's about 5 minutes long of him in the Darkness, where he's basically just getting yeeted and barely, like, hobbling his way through the land to get to where he's going. And then even right before he manages to get to where he's going, he's, like, on the verge of dying and being eaten. That's the Scarlet Waste.
That's what I want to do.
And we are gonna come through and clean house.
Yeah.
No.
And if by clean house you mean that our blood will be used as disinfectant, yes.
I have his beds now.
See, here's the best part, DJ. Time and time again, we have proven we can overcome your madness and your obstacles.
Drew, this isn't DJ's madness.
Are you?
This is mine.
I am challenging.
I have been given the weapons Aaron has designed, and I now get to use them against you.
So,
as a fellow wielder of the McKellips blood.
Oh, you think that would?
So I've talked a lot about it. Do you guys want to hear what a Cugglewumper is?
Yes.
I talked about it a bit earlier. So a Cugglewumper is a plant, as most of the threats in the wastes are. It is a plant roughly the size of a small pond. It is a shallow basket, and in the center of it is literally just a small pond. So to the naked eye, it looks like an oasis. If you get within 5 feet of the water or disturb the water in any way, it attempts to swallow you. You are allowed 1 dexterity save. If you fail the dexterity save, you are teleported to the elemental plane of water.
Nice.
You are gone. There's no, oh, well, the portal's still there. No, the portal is gone. You are in the elemental plane of water. Your character is gone. Roll a new one unless you have a way out. And so that is just one of the many threats that can just kill you instantly. You're just gone from the campaign. It's just there. It's just gone. And so that is what a Cugglewumper is. No one knows why it's called a Cugglewumper. It just is called a Cugglewumper.
It's just there.
The orcs didn't name it. That's just what they know it to be called. And that's just one of the many wonderful creatures. If you watch the VOD back, Drew, which I will allow because I've now told you what a Cugglewumper is, you can hear the other wonderful things that I've explained are in the wastes. But yeah, so that is what I'm saying. We fly to the mountains, and then once we get to the mountains, we walk to where the orcs are, and suffer along the way. And it's going to be a fun time. We're all going to bond. It's going to be great. No easy way outs. I won't let this flying boat make our lives easy. You're welcome, DJ.
Thank you.
Because the last time that we were allowed to fly, we assassinated Procyon.
I mean, this is true. Granted, when it happened, it should have happened like a whole 5 episodes sooner.
Well, yeah, and that's the only reason why we did it. But the fact is that we assassinated Procyon. We should not be allowed to fly too often.
See, I find it amusing, Aaron, that you are the one saying this, given the fact that you also were the one who really wanted to fly.
Oh yeah, of course I want a flying boat. It has skin wings. Why wouldn't you want a boat with skin wings? What I'm saying is that fast travel should not be allowed where there are too many monsters.
Yeah,
I'm going full video game rules on this.
Sure.
Crimson Waste is basically it's basically nighttime in Minecraft, and you don't have a house.
Right. Yeah.
So fast travel not allowed. Enemies nearby. The battle music is playing the whole time.
Can't sleep.
Yep. No sleeping there.
Yep.
And yeah, so I just really want us to suffer. So that is why I am insisting. And yeah, so also yes, Maz, it is hardcore.
Aaron, I am curious, however, what are we going to do with the crew?
The crew can stay on the boat. For them, only an hour will pass by the time we get to the wastes.
But like, what are we going to do with the crew when they're like in the ship? When we're in the desert, like, you know, like
it's in the pyramid.
I know. We're just gonna leave them in the pyramid.
So we were in the pyramid for what, a day?
Yeah.
1 day is equal to 2 months in the pyramid. As long as it doesn't take. No. DJ confirmed this. I asked DJ. I was like, DJ, how does it work? And he was like, now that you have rolled the dice for how long time goes in the pyramid, it is now set for 2 months. So we leave them in there. It'll be like, even if it takes us a month to get there, it'll only be like 12 hours. Maybe 6, depending on what you determine as a day. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do with the crew.
You know, actually, economy-wise, it's really good because then we're saving money.
Now the real awkward, that's what I'm saying, is that we should just keep the crew in there all the time, because we pay them like by the day, by the month, by the month.
Yeah.
So it would take so long. It would be years for them for a month inside of there. It would be great. Mm-hmm. It would be awesome. Yeah. But yeah. Now the real problem is, if I convince more orcs than I expect to join us, we can't fit them on the boat. Like, could you imagine if the whole, like, I crit and get like a 32 on my persuasion check, and then we convince like 10,000 orcs? We can't fit that on one boat. So that's gonna be a awkward time back.
Also, so this is I one thing though that I am a little terrified of.
Yeah.
Aaron, I'm sure you've already thought of it.
Oh, that's cute.
It's okay, Lydia. This isn't. You can pipe in now. This isn't.
We're no longer arguing. We're beyond the arguing. I think Drew, at the very least, has been like, I mean, yeah, I guess it would be fine.
Yeah.
It'll be alright.
Well, because so.
Never mind. We're back, Lydia. Go back to.
Anyway, however, speaking of the getting the orcs right, am terrified
Yeah.
for when DJ has confirmed that this is the equivalent. This is our Arc 3, right?
Yeah.
I am terrified for the inevitability that is Arc 4.
Yeah.
Which is us fighting the orcs that we just got.
No. That will probably be... That might not even be in this campaign. Now, it probably will happen eventually.
No, it won't happen because we'll teach them the power of friendship.
So that's the thing. So basically the prerequisite, because DJ's original plan was not at all this. I'm going to tell you that much.
Mm-hmm.
No, it wasn't. Thanks, Aaron.
You're welcome, DJ. But the orcs being used to assist in the war was a thing that was a potential in that alternate timeline. Except DJ's original plan was just let all of them across the border, like all 50,000 orcs.
That would end the world.
Yeah. And so Track's plan is, look, if you want to stay here, you can stay here. And if you use this as a chance to get over there and then abandon, I will hunt you down and straight up not chill. That's a liar move. As orcs, we don't do that.
Right,
we're going to appeal to the orcs' sense of justice and honesty and honor. That is what we're going to appeal to. So I expect if we make it there, survive, and then leave, we'll probably hit I think the max that is possible, likely, is maybe 500. That's a hard push. That's real good. Now, that's assuming that I roll like I normally do, and I don't crit and get some nonsense, absurd persuasion. I think if I crit, and so it's a 20. Let's look at my track stuff real quick, because you best believe I don't remember how it works. Track. Let's pull up D&D Beyond. Not sponsored. Channel Divinity. Okay, so I can get a +5 bonus. I'm proficient in persuasion, and so that's it. Okay, so I could hit if I crit, I could hit a 31.
Mm-hmm.
If I do that,
although actually, Aaron,
that's a maybe.
Aaron,
we'll see how much. What?
See, actually, although who knows? Maybe by the time we get to the orcs, it's a 30. It becomes a 32.
Wow, could be.
Because who knows? Maybe maybe you get a
we increase 4 levels. By the time we reach the orcs.
Hey, at the rate that we go.
No, because at the rate we go doesn't matter. It's at the rate DJ levels us up. We won't. We might level up once we finish with the orcs. We might level up once in between there. I will say that. And this is another reason, another great reason as to why we should walk through the desert, because it gives us more chances to be like, DJ, we've reached the orcs. It's been a slog, bud. Throw us a bone, and then maybe he will.
Fair. Although to be fair though, if now see this is just kind of crazy out there. There's nothing, none of this is confirmed. But theoretically speaking, if this is like a 5-arc campaign, right? Pretty standard for a campaign, right?
More arcs never end.
If we're in the 3rd arc, we're theoretically beginning the halfway point, right?
So this is why I don't like arc campaigns. This is why I never run arcs. I just run by milestone, and we just do things until eventually we hit level 20 and the campaign ends.
See, but you can't. It's not as easy to craft, a full story.
Nah, maybe not for you, but for Big Brain Aaron over here, it's just how I roll.
Well, not all of us can be Big Brain Aaron.
That's very true. Hi, DJ. Thank you for doing it. This is DJ. He's our DM on the Paper Dungeon. Lydia has drawn herself.
Lydia, looks like. Wait.
There we
Oh
go.
my God, they're twins. Twinny.
Yeah.
There's so
We
many
have-
Lydias in this.
Lydia, me.
Gosh, I love that we're doppelgangers.
Really?
But yeah. So DJ, what do you think of what we've been talking? Because I know that you've heard it. I know you've been listening this whole time.
Yeah.
What do you think is the estimated time of arrival in the Crimson Wastes?
I love the idea of taking 2 more episodes before you even get there. I love that. That's great.
We've got the DM on
That's
our
awesome.
side, Drew. It's game over.
Hey, I already admitted that the outside
I know.
we're gonna take like.
Yeah.
Dude, the Alistair dwarves. Oh my gosh. I have
Hey,
so much.
hey DJ.
There's so much I have to do.
Hey DJ, I have a
Yeah.
question for you. Do you know what the hammer does?
Do I know what the hammer
Yeah.
does? Yeah.
Could you send me?
I haven't written it down.
God dang it!
I'll do that today.
I want to know what my cool hammer does. Cause like Track's not excited about it, but I am. I'm so pumped.
Aaron, you know what I'm excited for? I'm excited for DJ to give you this super
And it's hit on the
Awesome
nose.
hammer. Ever you?
like dwarven hammer artifact that Track is never gonna use.
Yeah. Like he'll like hit people with it, but it's like, will it ever really be to its? No. So this is the thing, right? So this is the thing. I've mentioned before that there is a lot of like potential end routes for Tarak, where like Track could even switch paladin subclasses and things like that. Imagine we hit like level 15, something real dark happens. Tarak switches subclasses to like Oath of the Conqueror, which is one of my personal favorite end routes for paladin. And then he's just a full like gauntlets of ogre strength. Gosh dang, death
It's when
hammer.
Tarak goes evil and he kills Renaya.
No, he'll still be
Sure.
good, but he will be like 2000s edgelord. Like
Yes.
listens to Green Day, like probably too much, and it'll just be awesome. And he'll just be, and then we'll get to see like Track, because Track already has like a lot of good combat potential in terms of like damage and like death, like murder death. I mean, the dude
murder death.
killed a Dracolich, so he clearly can hold his own in combat. He just doesn't.
Just choose.
Imagine the turnaround if he does. If he like gets rid of that like no killing in combat rule if they're like sentient mortal creatures, and then just starts wilding out. Just starts going in. Like
Aaron, but then we'll have 2 edgy Death Boy paladins.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, don't worry. We will have 2 edgy Death Boy paladins by the end of the campaign.
Yeah.
It might not be how you guys plan, but I got plans.
It'll be great.
Is
We
that
all know it's
Kiyomura?
Kiyomura.
That's a good idea.
Oh no!
Oh no, now we
So-
can have 3 edgy
Three-
Death Boy paladins.
Paladins.
That's too
Exactly.
many.
I'm gonna tell you any of this.
It's never enough. It's Kiyomura, it's Takaram, Edward takes levels in Paladin, Track becomes edgy, and then also Ginger.
Grot his. Yes.
Ginger and Grotz.
Renaya changes in classes from
Yep.
you
Yep.
know
Do triple classes.
you know
I'm in.
Renaya. Yeah,
Dog, triple classing is a nightmare.
that's just a bad idea.
I've done it.
I know, and it was a bad idea.
No, it was great. It was awesome. But yeah, that's I'm pumped. DJ, I'm gonna be putting in the grind for the next like 5 weeks to see if I can do my best to get this Dummy's Guide to the Crimson Wastes all set up.
Please do.
Yeah, I mean I
Because
need to
I'll
because
print it out and print it and like make a whole book out of it that I'll reference.
I
in the
mean,
Paper Dungeon.
so I'm
It's gonna be great.
during the Kuggle Wumper section. There will be pictures in the book, but I would like to kind of put all of it together eventually. Sup Chase, and have like the homebrew orc stuff, the monster manual kind of section, the like bestiary that includes the like plants and creatures, and the magic item section. Because I want to include a bunch of like really disgusting magic items. The one that I talked to Lydia about was the were you there? And I talked about the tongue of the white hand.
Yes.
Yeah. Just like
Well,
gross body
I'll
part
go in and
magic items.
I'll start formatting what we already have, so we can just plug and play it.
Awesome.
And life will be good.
And yeah, so that's the goal for me. As an answer to your question, Chase, of how are we all doing, I'm doing pretty all right. And I hate to be this guy. I hate to be the one. But we have been streaming for 2 hours. It's been 2 hours.
Time's up.
Do we have more than we... Lydia, you haven't talked for like an hour. You're welcome. You are also drawing. Wow, it's just getting more and more in depth. It's now fully DJ.
It just needs the beard.
Yes.
Real quick before we end.
Does anyone have anything else that they would like to talk about? Any plans? Do you want to talk about the one shot because you guys weren't there for that? Do you want anything else? Anything else that you want to do?
Anybody want to talk to me? No? Cool.
Yep.
Lydia, to be fair, you talked to me for like an hour before they showed up.
I talk to you all the time, though.
That's fair. Guys, talk to Lydia. God.
Talk to me. I'm so...
Talk to me.
If you don't say anything, maybe she'll go away.
Well, that's just rude.
No.
Oh no! Now they're hugging Lydia in chat. Wow.
Oh, good.
Wow. We have to turn to the chat to cheer Lydia up rather than the gosh dang wow. Bunch of scumbags.
It's okay.
I hate to be the guy to cut this short, but if no one's gonna talk to actually Mads has a question. Do you have plans for paladins in the store? In the Lydia store? You do?
I do.
Awesome. Good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for your input.
Yeah.
Um shout out. We have social medias that you should check out. YouTube. We have a lot of YouTube shorts. Gosh dang, TikTok, Instagram,
TikTok.
Twitter, things like that.
Sometimes.
We also have podcasts that we have. We got podcasts everywhere. Literally everywhere. Like, you can't stop me. Lydia runs a lot of our social media, and it's really cool, and she posts really cool stuff on there that honestly I don't even know about, because I don't even know. I'm like never on social medias other than the occasional Twitter, which is the one that we very rarely ever use. So if you don't already follow us, you should follow us on there. On all of them. Follow us everywhere. Like
Everywhere.
but like a lot.
All the time. Like,
all the
if
time.
you've already done it, do it again.
Not like too creepy though. Like, don't like go like full stalker, but like follow us everywhere.
I mean, you do a little stalker.
As long as
but
it's
don't
just
make us
over
aware
the
of it.
internet and you don't
As
tell
long
us
as
about
you
it.
come like charging in and finding where I live, everything's okay.
Yeah, like that. Other than that, we also have a store on our website, www.thepaperdungeon.com. That's a thing. And Lydia has a store, which we have mentioned 1,000 times and have also posted to the chat at least 7. It's really cool. You should check it out. She's way more reliable with putting stuff on her store than we are on ours. Thank you for showing up to Table Scraps today. It was an absolute blast. I had a lot of fun. Yeah, thanks for showing up. I think the only Lydia is still screaming for help.
It's
Through paper?
hard.
I looked like a ×2. I'm not gonna lie. Ah, there we go. The light was blocking it. A heart from Lydia. Thank you everyone for showing up. The only thing that I have left to say is good luck and Godspeed. We will see you all next time. Thank you everyone. Thanks Dungeoneers.
Bye.
We'll see you again. Goodbye.
Bye.